Hey, this is Rod. We're going to have a look at the latest GoPro 360 camera, the 360 Max. We've bought two of these now in the box. It's in a little soft bag that stops things getting scratched. We've labelled them up. There's two cameras. They've got these plastic domes on just to protect the lenses. We'll take those off in a moment. Screen on the back, which is an improvement, and three stereo microphones on it as well, front and back. This one's on a little tripod as well, which is quite handy. Little tripod you can sit on, and it also is telescopic, so it can go higher as well. So that's all quite handy and neat, and folds down and goes in the box. Two batteries. New GoPro batteries to go with the camera. Two, you need one to work the camera. Charging cable and a tripod mount all goes in the bag. Have a look at the camera itself. We need to put a battery in it, and that goes in the side here. As we click that open, when it's red, it means it's open, and in here will go the battery. We've also got the SD card just inside here, micro SD card that pops out, and the GoPro battery goes in that way round. It's got a little wedge, goes in nice and neat, and there's a little ribbon to be able to pull it out. And we have to take the battery out to get to the micro SD card. Shut that properly so it's watertight, because this is a waterproof camera, and click that little up, and that shows it's locked. Okay, so we've got a screen on the back. I'll try and get it so we've got no reflection in it. There's a button on the top, which is the record button, and a button on the side, which is the mode button, and also the on-off button. So you can press and hold, and that will come to life. Okay, sometimes it asks for the date and time, slightly annoyingly. You can go to the GoPro app, or you can just do it manually. I'm going to just say I'm going to do it on the app and override it. The camera is going to default into 360 video, which is great. That's what we want. Shooting at 25 frames per second and at 5.6K. So, HD all round sort of plus some. This little symbol here on the side, little global symbol, means it's in 360, and the little double arrows on the other side means that we can spin it round and we can look at the other camera looking the other way. We can see see my camera and what we're recording here. Hey. So we'll put it back the other way. Across the top, recording time, what mode you're in, battery life, all that sort of stuff. We can then scroll with my finger and just put it into time lapse mode, and that's quite cool. Does some time lapse recording, and you can alter the time interval that it does. Go back to video camera, and you can also have 360 photos. It's got a time delay on it, 3 seconds, so that you don't get yourself pressing the button. What's quite handy to avoid getting yourself in the shot is it's also got voice commands that we'll have a look at in the preferences. Okay, so to get to the preferences, we can just scroll down from the top and get into preferences. There's a few shortcuts. The beeping you can turn off, voice command you can turn on and off. You can change the orientation of the horizon as well, and put a grid in if you want. Preferences, if we go into there, connections, that's the Wi-Fi connection, and we can turn that on and we can connect to our phone, and we'll have a look at that in a moment. We've also got general things for the beeps and the LEDs and all the options you have here for turning things on and off. Voice commands are also there. Voice commands on in English, and then it tells you a load of the commands that it has. GoPro start recording, GoPro stop recording. There you go, it's heard me, started recording. GoPro stop recording. Thank you. Back to preferences. I have to be careful what I say as it's listening. but there's a list of commands in there to do. You have to say the word GoPro beforehand, and then you've got all the recordings and time lapse and video and photo mode and stuff like that you can whiz and out of. Really useful for photo mode because obviously you don't want yourself pressing the shutter button in the shot because it'll see you. Also, what's helpful is the reset down the bottom here. Reset format SD card, the one at the top, and that wipes out everything that's been recorded and gets you ready to go. So that's all helpful. Come out of preferences. If we wanted to see anything that we've recorded already, we can just scroll up. There we go, and then it's got the recording that we did before. And going to here, we can see other recordings that we've done as well. So going into the little X at the top there, the little sort of grid pattern at the top. Takes us into that. Okay, getting out, scroll down, we're back to our live camera. If we want to get the display back on the screen, we just touch it in the middle and everything comes back. And if we want to look at any of the settings for the video recording, 360, we're still in the 360 with the global one. We can have a look here. We're on 5.6K, 25 frames, which is what we want, and it will default to that, but you can go in and adjust something, things within here if you wish to. Okay. Also, if you just want to turn it to a standard video camera and not have it in the 360 global view, just press the little globe on the side. It goes back to a sort of standard sort of little camera icon, to which again you can change the video resolution and settings in there. And you've got the ability to change your lens into different sizes if you want. And you've got different wide angle lenses and things like that you can choose. And you can control the horizon and things on this side, or switch the camera to look the other way if you wanted it to do that, because you're only using one of the cameras when you're in standard video recording. Obviously you're using both when you're in the global 360 mode. Okay, you can shoot photos in 360 as well if you wish to here, and you've got the ability to do a delay in how long it delays. This is on for 3 seconds at the moment, but you can go in and alter it in the edit settings because you might want to press the shut button and get out of the shot. So it's on a 3-second delay for the 360 views for taking photos. Okay. So we'd want to take the covers off to take a photo and to use the video. Take the plastic covers off. They just protect the lens. It can see through them, but obviously you're going to get slightly better quality once you've taken the lenses off. There's a microphone here on the back, one on the side and one on the front. They're all stereo mics, so it gives you a 6 mic in theory all-round audio. Most of the time we just put the audio into stereo. So if we want to connect up to the GoPro app on my phone, what I want to do is make sure, if I go to preferences, scroll down from the top, go into preferences, go to connections, and make sure that wireless connection is on. And then I could connect to a device from here through the GoPro app. So the GoPro app's on my phone. My phone's a bit of an old phone, so it's got the original GoPro app, but there's a new one called GoPro Quick, I think it's called. They work the same. Open this up. The Wi-Fi connection is on the camera. The camera's been named and it's found it. When you first do this, you may need to find the camera for yourself. If you go to the little plus button up the top here, it then normally gives you a whole range of cameras, which it's not done. Oh yeah, there we go. Sorry, a whole range of cameras, and you can find the GoPro Max one for you, and then it'll remember it in the future. Therefore, cameras found. Now we can control my camera the GoPro Max from my phone once it's connected. Okay, enable preview. Preview. Join the network. And therefore I've got a preview of my camera. As you can see, I can swivel my phone around and I can see the view of the camera. And if the camera moves, then my phone will also respond to that. We've got the ability to switch the modes here as well, also switch all the settings, change from 360 to normal GoPro mode, and we're in preview. And then we can also look at the previous made videos that are on the camera here as well. So and it just goes through and connects, and you've got your little thumbnails at the top here. Okay. You are also able to edit within the app. If you were to look at some of the previously done images and open them up, gives you a low resolution image, but you have a timeline here at the bottom to which you're able to scan along and move along through the timeline, and you can also edit on your phone here. You can do edit points and cut points, and then you can download a high resolution end product that you can then post online. So you can do quite a lot in your phone, as well as just controlling it. You can edit and trim and do some keyframing all within your phone as well, and then export out a high resolution version at the end. As long as your phone's up to date enough, it'll do that. Mine's a bit old and doesn't do all the bells and whistles that the app has to offer, but I'm going to use the app on a laptop. It's the same app, the GoPro app, or the GoPro Quick, or the GoPro Player, I think it's called, and we'll have a look at that in another video of editing the actual video, not on your phone but on a laptop. But this gives us control of the camera, to which we can record and we can view stuff back. So if we just hit the button here, camera goes into record. This camera is now recording. What you will notice is the preview goes off when you're recording, so you can't see on your phone what the camera is seeing, okay, until you play it back when it's finished. So your preview is lost when you're in record mode. Press stop, tells us the camera's busy, then you come back to a live view, which is a preview. Okay. Thing just to mention about the GoPro Max advantage over other 360 cameras is it stitches the images together on that single SD card in the camera. So it's already stitched before we go to post-production, which is an advantage to previous GoPro versions. We had the Fusion and other 360 cameras. So it stitches the images in the camera, hence only one SD card in there. And lastly, if you're not going to use your GoPro app to import your footage through the Wi-Fi of the camera, if we need to get it onto a laptop, we need to open up the side of the camera. So click this open, and just above the battery and the SD card is the charging point, but also this allows us to use the USB-C USB cable into camera, plug that into our laptop, and we can import off the camera, and the camera will drop into USB mode. So we don't have to use the app on the phone, we can go straight onto our laptop